What's up, my comic fans? Kari here, Capital K Comic Reviews, coming at you with another video. This one we are going to be addressing the bombshell news announcement that was dumped on us by the MCU and Kevin Feige himself with all the news. Break it down, walk it through it, talk about it. Let's get it. Let's go. Dropped the biggest bombshell by Kevin Feige and the MCU about all the news and all the announcements that's coming through. So this video we're going to run through them. Hopefully it won't take too long, but man, there's a lot to get through, so let's get into it. So MCU, everyone knows, been around for the past 10 plus years now, and they've been working how they work their stories as they interweave all 23 movies to date into each other. So now they're deciding to branch out to the Disney Plus series. I've had the Disney Plus series since it first launched, and it was good at the start, but it started petering off because there's no new things going into there. But I've still got it, and I'm still going to hold on to it because Kevin Feige has said they're going to incorporate the Disney Plus series into the greater MCU. So and which we've all kind of known with the first announcements of like WandaVision and stuff like that. So the first one straight off the bat was WandaVision, and the new trailer that they poured out for that. Now the WandaVision one is something I've been looking forward to because all us hardcore comic fans know that Wanda, after the death of Vision, Wanda kind of loses her marbles, and that's where we get her alternate reality. That's where the famous line "No more mutants" came from in the comics, which wiped out 99.9% of all mutants on the planet. This is in the comic books, and that's where Wiccan and Speed came about, where she manifests and had kids with Vision in her alternate reality that she created for herself to deal with the trauma of losing Vision and just the trauma in her life per se. But the trailer looks fantastic. I like how it's it looks kind of it's gone back to Lucy days where you're in the 1930s, 40s and stuff like that, a bit comedic and stuff like that, and then there's that dark tone of it on finding out what behind the scenes is actually happening. So that's going to be dropping on the 15th of January 2021 next year. Can't wait for that one. They ran straight from that one into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Dropped a new trailer on there with Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. And I'm a huge fan of Captain America, the movies. I am. At the end of Endgame, where he gave the shield to Sam, I was kind of, I wish he gave it to Bucky, because Bucky in the comics is the next one out of the two that gets the shield, and he holds it for a certain amount of time until Sam gets it, like a couple of years, 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, I can't remember. But Bucky was the first one to hold the shield after Captain America left the mantle, or got assassinated by in that whole, we won't get down there, but yeah, Bucky was the one that took up the mantle. So I was kind of disappointed at the end of the end game, not 100%, not hard out disappointed, but a little bit disappointed that Bucky didn't get it. Sam got it. I just personally think that Bucky is a better fit for Captain America than Sam is, but Sam does get the shield in the comics. So any which way, I do like Anthony Mackie as Falcon. I like his humour, I like his wit that he brings to the character. Sebastian Stan is the same. I like how he portrays Bucky and stuff like that. Is a perfect fit for Winter Soldier. Perfect fit. So yeah, I'm quite happy in the end of it with what they're coming out with. I just wish that Bucky got it before Sam, but That's just nitpicking. But yeah, so that one's coming out March 21. There's not an actual release date, but it is coming out in March next year for that one. The next one they went straight into was Black Widow. Excuse me. Now Black Widow, you know, it's always been confusing to me when it's come out after Endgame and Infinity War. It's like, well, she's dead, you know, and how I know it's going to be a backstory, so it just kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I trust 100% what Kevin Feige and the MCU are doing, so there's a reason why they've done it like this, and I'm sure it's going to, you know, it's going to present itself and tell us why when it comes out. But I have been waiting for the Black Widow one. When it first got announced, I wasn't too thin because I was like, but then seeing the first trailer, seeing Red Guardian, and seeing the new Black Widow, because we all know that she's going to be the new Black Widow, and seeing Taskmaster, wasn't too keen on what Taskmaster looked like. I do know that they have to make it look, you know, aesthetically pleasing for the films and stuff like that. They can't just, you know, sometimes costumes and that come straight from the comic do not relay well onto live action or onto screen, so I understand that. But seeing the trailer, man, I can't wait for it to come out. I've been waiting for a long time. I was hoping that they were going to release it on Disney Plus, and they may still do, but that's meant to be coming out May 7th next year. So if they release it in cinemas, or if the pandemic's still running rampant over in America, they might release it onto Disney Plus like they did in Mulan. But time will tell. But I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good movie, I reckon. Next one's up is Loki, man. Loki's coming out in May next year. There's no official release date, but it's coming out in May. Now Loki is, from when he disappeared, when he took the Tesseract and disappeared, you didn't know where he went. They just dropped the trailer about where he, what happens after that fact, and what he's going through. And I've got to tell you guys, it looks pretty damn good, man. What they're doing with it, and what direction they're going with it. You know, you get that kind of what the hell's going on, and you know, who are these people, what's actually happening. So you get that kind of vibe. So I am eagerly looking forward to the Loki series. Tom Hiddleston, you know, we know he went and applied for Thor. I thank God and everyone above for him not getting the Thor role, just purely for the fact that he oozes Loki. Just, you know, even from the first time he jumped on the screen as Loki, he was like, that's Loki, mate. That is 100% Loki. So yeah, Tom Hiddleston coming back as Loki to do the whole series looks fantastic. If you haven't checked out these trailers, go check them out. There is a thing on there that Kevin Feige does where he things them all. But yeah, Loki's looking good, man. Next one up is one I've been waiting for. What If, the What If series. Now, if you're a big fan of the What If series in the comic books, you know that it's what the What If series is in a nutshell. Is it takes events we're dealing with the comics and flips the script on it. Prime example, you know, you got Peter Parker marrying Black Cat instead of Mary Jane, and stuff like that. What would happen, you know? What would happen if Juggernaut was the last person on Earth? What would happen if Wolverine lost his mind, and stuff like this? And what would happen if Professor X could walk? Things like this. And that's what the What If series on Disney Plus is going to be doing. It's going to be taking key parts of the MCU movies, flipping them on their heads, and to see, hey, what happens if we make Captain America a zombie? You know, and things like that. So quite looking forward to that series. Not a huge fan on how they've animated it, but hopefully that's just a couple of episodes. I'm not too sure, but I'm still going to enjoy it regardless. Anyway, next one is Shang-Chi, mate. When that came out, when that got announced, I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's, you know, a random. Shang-Chi is not a big character per se, but you know, he's not in the same tier league as the rest of them, like Thor, Iron Man, and all them big ones. But in saying that, when they did that, when they announced it, it's kind of like the same with when they announced the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, when the Guardians of the Galaxy were announced, not many people knew who they were. I knew who they were, and that they weren't the first iteration of the team. But a lot of people out there did not know who they were. So when they came out, I was like, and they probably did the same with this one. They're probably thinking, who's that? And they're probably thinking of. Basically, he is. I've always looked at him as the Marvel version of Bruce Lee, modeled after Bruce Lee in the comics. That's how I always saw him. Okay, well, you know, Marvel. Bruce Lee's probably the biggest kung fu martial artist in the world, so they mocked him after him. So in this one, Legend of the Ten Rings, I am praying and I am hoping they do the Mandarin justice. Now, Ben Kingsley, when he played the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, I thought it was a perfect fit. It was cool, man. And then they just flipped the script on it, which I thought was a big downfall to Iron Man 3, was that they just played off the Mandarin as this idiot actor that wasn't taken seriously. Anyone that knows the Mandarin knows that he's not a character to take lightly. He's not a character to undermine or anything like that. Now, there was rumors after that came out that there was, All Hail the King, the short, where the Mandarin is actually out there. It was just disappointing to me and a lot of people I know that we didn't get to see the Mandarin out on in the big screen in Iron Man 3, but never mind, we'll get to see that hopefully in Shang-Chi when that is released on July 9th, 2021, which I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing future teaser trailers and trailers on it and things like that. Next one up is Miss Marvel. Now, the Pakistani Muslim superhero, new to the comic industry over the last 10 years as she is. I'm not a huge fan of her, but I think she is written well. I think she speaks to a big demographic of the community out there, and look forward to seeing her now. She's getting played by Aman Vellani. I'm not too sure what her body of work is like, but I look forward to seeing what she looks like playing Miss Marvel. The only thing I've got is hesitation I've got is because Miss Marvel's idol or favourite hero is Captain Marvel. I don't know how they're gonna tie in how she knows Miss Marvel. Now I know that she's gonna be appearing in Captain Marvel too. Now, be it if that's when she first gets introduced to Miss Marvel, and then becomes a huge fan for her after that. I'm not too sure, because at present point, no one really knows about Miss Marvel. She was in her first movie. She was here, and then she left, and then she came back in at the end of Infinity War. And she didn't really deal with Hulk because half the population was gone, and then she left and only came back at the end battle, so she spent very little time on Earth as Captain Marvel. So I'm wondering, especially with Miss Marvel being so young, I don't know how she has made Miss Marvel her favourite hero, but like I said, maybe when in Captain Marvel 2 she becomes a super fan really quickly in that movie. I'm not too sure. Maybe Captain Marvel saves her or something. I'm not 100% sure now what it's going to do. But that's the only hesitation I've got about that. So you got Miss Marvel, and then you got Captain Marvel 2 coming out. The next one in the series is Hawkeye. Now you're going to have Clint Barton coming back, which is Jeremy Renner. He's coming back to play Hawkeye. Now you've got I just forgot her name, playing Kate Bishop. and she's going to be the new Hawkeye. Now I know where this is all leading, because you got her playing the new Hawkeye. You've got Kamala Khan coming as Miss Marvel. You've got Shang-Chi coming along. You've got all these things that are coming along, and you'll see where I'm getting at later on in this video. But yeah, Hawkeye's coming along. I'm looking forward to all these series. Hawkeye's going to be badass as well, showing off Kate Bishop and stuff like that. So next one we got up is SheHulk. Now SheHulk is one I've been waiting for, just to see how they do her, and because she is a fantastic character, man. SheHulk, if you haven't read her book, she is underrated in her heroism, would you say, if there's such a word as that. But I think she's a excuse me, underrated character. She's going to be played by Tatiana Maslany. Hope I got that name right. Not too familiar with her body of work, but hey man, I look forward to seeing her adaptation of SheHulk, and see what she does with the character, and see what characters turn up, because we all know that her specialty is dealing with cases of the superhero nature. So if superheroes get in trouble or something like that, then she's like the legal team of it, to get in there, which makes me think, will Charlie Cox make an appearance in the SheHulk series? Because there's the rumors that Charlie Cox is coming back into the MCU. So will he make an appearance in SheHulk? I'm just putting it out there. One lawyer to another lawyer, I think he's going to turn up. I think he's going to turn up in the SheHulk series, because he also is another one that looks after superhero cases and stuff like that. So I'm going to put it out there. Charlie Cox is going to make an appearance in SheHulk. You heard it here, and we'll see what happens there. So next, and with that also, we've got Tim Roth reprising his role as the Abomination. Man, for the 2008 Hulk movie. Yeah, that's going to be cool, man. It's going to be cool, because what's happened to Abomination, what's happened to most of this cast from the thing. We've had General Ross come over, but now we get to get Tim Roth back as the Abomination. Fantastic, could not be happier. Can't wait to see it. Maybe Jennifer Walters is going to be going up and prosecuting Abomination for what he did back then. Who knows? Can't wait to see it. But this next series is the one I've been waiting for from when it, and I was an advocate for this even before it got announced. And I was trying to say they need to make Moon Knight a movie. Make Moon Knight a movie, because he is such a thing. I can't speak about him now. Like I said, he's tattooed on my arm right there. He's one of my favourite characters, and I've been waiting years and years for something to get done with him. So when it got announced that they were going to put a Disney Plus series together, I was like, man, cool, man. And then straight after that, I was like, I hope it's R-rated. And I hope it's mature rated, because anyone that knows anything about Moon Knight knows that he is not a G-rated character. He is in the same realm as Blade, Deadpool, and all them violent characters. Now, he is he suffers from multiple personality disorder. He has a few identities inside of him, which makes him for a very diverse, very interesting looking, interesting character to portray. Now, I heard, seeing things months ago of Shia LaBeouf going into talk about a Marvel project, or maybe now. I personally think Shia LaBeouf would be a fantastic Mark Spector. Because one thing Shia LaBeouf knows how to do, well, besides acting, he's a great actor. He knows how to play different roles. He knows how to play the nutter. He knows how to play the sophisticated person. He knows how to play the arrogant guy and stuff like this. So I think he would be a perfect fit for Mark Spector's Moon Knight. Just putting it out there, another one out there. I think Shia LaBeouf will be Moon Knight. I hope he will be, because he'll be good cousin. But besides from that, I'm pretty sure whatever character they put in there, any actor, whatever they put in there, he's going to do a fantastic job, because they seem to be doing things right. No announcement on Moon Knight when the release date is going to be, but it is coming. Next one was a bit of a surprise for me. Another Netflix flick series with it's going to be Nick Fury and Talos, the Skrull Secret Invasion, which anyone that knows anything about, if you've been following comic books, knows that certain events in the Marvel timeline stick out from others. You've got you've got Civil War, you've got Age of Apocalypse, you've got the Onslaught series, you've got the new one that's out now is Kingdom Black, which is making damage headlines. But this, anyone knows anyone think Secret Invasion is a big thing in there, so they're going to do a series on that. Not too much was dropped on that, besides the fact of them reprising their roles to play Skrull General Leader and Nick Fury, but that's pretty much on. Next one up, which I was kind of hoping they didn't do, but I knew I could just see it in the waters that it was going to happen, is Ironheart. Now, I'll probably still end up watching it, but by no means am I a huge fan of Ironheart. And please prove me wrong with this series and stuff and knock it out the park, but that is the least favourite person I'm looking forward to seeing in this whole thing. I don't think she's a very good character. I don't think she's very relatable, and I'm not alone in this in feeling this way. There are a lot of people out there that don't really like Ironheart and don't really like how she's written, how she's portrayed, and things like that. And you can see it in the comic sales and the comments that have been going online about it since she was released. If you compare her to Miles Morales, and I'm not a fan of either of them, but Miles has been way more relatable than Riri has been, because of whatever reason, for the love of Iron Man or whatever it is, she just didn't really pass over. But I know where it's all heading, because you've got Kate Bishop, you've got Kamala Khan, now you've got Riri Williams, and I'm pretty sure in not the distant future we're going to see, unfortunately, Miles Morales in the MCU. So that just all leads me to believe that there is going to be your new Avengers. So they're passing the torch on to the younger generation to move the MCU forward, because of all these other actors pretty much been playing these characters for 10 years. So they're maybe going to be passing the torch on to the younger generation to see what they can do with it, and hopefully they don't stuff it. But nevertheless, Ironheart. So yeah, I'll probably watch it, but I'm not too interested in it. But anyway, next one is another surprise: Armored Wars. Now, Armored Wars is what if kind of scenario. What if Tony Stark's worst fear came to light, which is someone grabbing a hold of his armory and just going willy-nilly or going ham with it, and it's basically in the hands of someone else that is out of their control. So with that, you've got Don Cheadle reprising his role as War Machine, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be based after the Endgame and stuff like that. Don't quote me though yet, it's just in the early stages, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to go. So you got that one there, Armored Wars, which I'm looking forward to. Next one we got up is a little update on Guardians of the Galaxy. You got James Gunn back to direct and write Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but while he's doing that, he's going to be doing the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which will be released the Christmas before Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I suppose, from what Kevin Feige was saying. So kind of look forward to that one. Next one we got up is Groot. I Am Groot, which is going to be a little short. If you've seen on Disney Plus, they've already got little shorts of Groot and Rocket. I think this one's going to be another one of just Groot. I Am Groot. So, you know, there's going to be another one to look out for. No official date on that one. And then just touching on these last ones is big one, a couple of big ones here. It's Thor: Love and Thunder. Taika Waititi is directing again because he did a fantastic job in Ragnarok. We've got all the cast coming back for that one. And also been announced, Christian Bale is going to be playing Gore the God Butcher. Thank goodness, man. You know, I think he's going to be a fantastic Gore the God Butcher. Love that character, man. It's going to be awesome to see him and Thor go toe to toe, because it ain't going to be pretty, man, especially when he comes out with that Necro sword. And you know what the Necro sword is. It's the symbiote sword, which leads to Null, which leads to Venom, Carnage, Poison, Wraith, all of those symbiote related characters. So you know, let's see what happens there. But Gore the God Butcher, Christian Bale, can't wait to see that one. Blade coming out. No new news about Blade, just that it's still there, it's still coming. And I'm definitely looking forward to that one, man. And you know, can't wait for that one. Next one we got up, Ant-Man and the Wasp is the next Ant-Man movie. And this one has got a big baddie in it, man. It's got a big baddie. Kang the Conqueror, the time-skipping Conqueror. Kang is coming into Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is it Quantumania? Quantumania is what it's called. And is he going to be the big new baddie? Or is he just going to be a type bed? Because to me, really, he is a big baddie. He is like Thanos level baddie to me. But will they treat him as a one? I was either thinking it was going to be Kang or it was going to be Annihilus. Something like that. And I was thinking that they're going to tie the Fantastic Four into the quantum zone, quantum realm and stuff like that. But yet to see. So Kang the Conqueror coming, played by Jonathan Majors. Can't wait to see that, man. I can't wait to see what he does with King. I don't know who this dude is, but I want to Google him up and see if he's got any acting prowess behind him and see what his body of work is like. And that, so Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania's looking good, man. Next one is up is they talked about Black Panther 2 and the passing of Chadwick Boseman. And what there was a bit of up and down about is he going to, or are they going to recast Black Panther? Are they going to you know, there's huge speculation going around. Me personally, I think it's going to go to his sister, because she does end up holding the mantle in the comics. I think it's going to go to him. Another theory that was out there is that in the multiverse, the next Doctor Strange, in the next Doctor Strange movie, the next theory was that they were going to bring back Killmonger to play him. But saying that Killmonger is Killmonger, man, he was black, you know, took up the Black Panther mantle once, and look what happened there. So everyone loved Killmonger, man. I loved it. I loved him so much that I hated him. That just tells me that he did a fantastic job with the role he was playing. So I think it's going to go to his sister. So Black Panther 2, they said they're not going to recast Black Panther. You know, T'Challa, they're not going to recast him. It's going to move on to someone else. So it's going to go to his sister. I'll put it out there now. It's going to go to his sister. Last but not least, they briefly touched on Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, and what's going on there. Now, there wasn't too much to just saying. They're going to be starting filming on it very soon and things like that. I said in a previous video on my channel that Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are gonna be Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, or Mrs. Invisible, Miss Invisible and Mr. Fantastic. They're gonna be the Fantastic Four first family, and that's what I think it's gonna be. There was rumors, people were speculating that Zac Efron would be good for the Human Torch. He would be. I think guy, what's his name? Billy from Stranger Things, the older brother. I think he would be a good Johnny Storm. He's in Stranger Things. He's in the Power Rangers. I think he would be a good Johnny Storm. As for the Thing, I think the Thing should just take from the last one, pure CGI. Just doing pure CGI, guys. Do not do a rubber suit like they did in the first one. I like those first two movies, but they do not do a rubber suit. He needs to be CGI. He needs to be a CGI character, and basically do like a Thanos. If you can see the character like Josh Brolin through Thanos, hopefully they could do the same with Ben Grimm and the Thing, because the last iteration of the Thing was cool, but he was no pants. He had no pants on. So we'll do it like that. I don't know who would play him. They'll probably think, but I can't think of right off the top of my head who would play him. But that's my picks for the first three members of the Fantastic Four: John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, and I don't know the actor's name, but the guy that played Billy, is it Billy? I'm sure it's Billy in the Stranger Things. Had the mullet, was at the pool, the lifeguard at the pool. He's the Red Ranger in Power Rangers. He would be a fantastic fit for Johnny Storm, I think. So yeah, so that's the big announcement from Marvel. That's the big announcement that Kevin Feige dropped over us in the last week. It was a lot to get through, guys. Hope you're as pumped as me to see all this stuff come to light, because I am over the moon about it. So that's me in a nutshell, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I drop more content on my channel, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. We's out.